I'd like to introduce you now to Chuck Hurley, who heads up the Iowa Family Policy Center. Chuck, thanks for dropping by.
You bet, Stuart. It's great to be here.
Tell me a little bit about your organization. Where are you based? How many people work with you? That kind of thing.
We're based in the Des Moines area. We have about 10 people on staff, and we have some regional offices around the state in northwest Iowa, in eastern Iowa, and in northeast Iowa.
Well, you're spread all over the place.
We are. We really want to get all the way to the local level, to the grassroots. We want to work with churches in every part of the state, and that's really been a blessing that we do in those parts of the state. And our goal is in the next 10 to 20 years to have a presence in every single community in the state of Iowa.
Terrific. Give me an overview of the top issues that you deal with on a regular basis.
We have become very specialized in the marriage issue. We defend the sanctity of life. However, there's an Iowa Right to Life committee that leads on those issues, and we are second chair usually helping them at the Capitol. But on marriage, we are the lead experts really in the policy area. We have lawyers and lobbyists who deal with marriage from a policy level, but maybe even more significantly, we have Mike Hartwig and others on our staff who go into the communities, into the churches, and do a lot with marriage. Premarital preparation, postmarital enrichment, and even some marriage crisis resolution. But it's been a great entree into the churches because every church has some issues with marriage, divorces or people struggling with their marriage, and of course the whole living together phenomenon that they're dealing with their young people. And so that's been a huge blessing at the cultural level. And of course culture in a representative form of government really drives policy. We've got to get it right at the cultural level, at the personal level, if we want to have good representatives in government and ultimately good laws.
Tell me a little more about how you work to influence outcomes through the legislature in particular.
Sure. Well, legislators are leaders. They're not only lawmakers, but they are cultural leaders. And so what they debate and what they talk about and what they promote does filter down to the grassroots. And so, for example, we are constantly encouraging our lawmakers to speak out on the necessity of strong families, i.e., permanence in marriage, the sanctity of life, protecting the unborn, protecting the weak, protecting the elderly from the drive for euthanasia. We're very active on educational matters. Obviously, after you get married and most folks begin to have children, then how are we going to raise those children in the fear and instruction of the Lord? Well, that's going to come through parents doing a good job and then the church and the wider community doing a good job inculcating truth to our young people. So education is a roiling, boiling issue at the Capitol every year. There are those who would promote amoral or immoral sex education. We're dealing with a bill like that right now. There are those who would say you can't talk about God in the government-funded schools. There are those who promote evolution instead of honoring God as the creator. And so education issues are very near and dear to our heart because they're very near and dear to God's heart and to virtually every citizen in the state.
One final question for you. Tell me what motivates you, what keeps you in this fight?
Honest to goodness, William Wilberforce became my political hero about 10 years ago. I saw a movie on him, read about him, and even though right now in Iowa we're struggling, our lawmakers have promoted and passed legalization of human cloning. They're promoting sexual orientation and transgenderism in the public schools. I have a very optimistic view. I believe that God is stronger than our enemy and that we ultimately are going to prevail if we will do what Wilberforce did. Pray, seek God constantly, work with other Christians, and never give up.
Very good. Chuck, thanks for chatting with us.
God bless you. Thank you.